Good morning, everybody. My name is Neeraj, and today I wanted to cover a topic which doesn't get talked enough. It is the security features in Visa and MasterCards. As you know, Visa and MasterCards are used extensively all over the world, and like it, like every day, every minute, transaction is done. So I don't know the exact numbers, but those numbers are huge. So we here we are going to talk about some security features in the Visa and Mastercards. And by the way, I'm an early adopter of a upcoming unicorn company, IT company called OnPassive. And recently, OnPassive actually added two of the payment methods, Visa and Mastercard, and they also after that they added some additional features, security features, which you're seeing on the back side, which is this one is verified by Visa, and the second one was MasterCard secure code. So we're going to talk about those security features, what exactly they are, how can you get those, how in olden days the transaction was done, and what's the new way. Okay, so let's begin this video, and definitely in today's video, you will learn something new. Maybe nobody had tried to explain you that, so hopefully you would learn something new. So the first thing is, let's talk about the old way of doing transaction. As you know, nowadays it is the digital age, so more and more transactions are done online. And when you do an online transaction, definitely you must be using your credit cards, like the Master or the Visa. And it is very important that those transactions are done in a secured way. Now, in the olden days, what used to happen is that you used to do a transaction, then it used to ask for the payment details, then you used to enter the credit card, the expiration date, and maybe the three-digit number uh, uh, that it requires, and then the transaction used to go through. That was the olden way, but now there is an additional security that is being added, the ones which you're seeing on the back. So we are going to talk about that. So the purpose of adding those securities, the purpose of adding these two features in both those cards was to add some more additional security so that the transactions are more secure. So that was the purpose. Now, how does it work? Okay. Uh, for it to work, like first, what happens is once you enter all the details, then it will go to the card uh, owner's website, that is the Master and Visa, and it will give you some kind of option to either enter a password or maybe some kind of code to be entered, or sometimes it is a biometric that you might have to provide depending upon what you have opted for. And once you are able to successfully do that, then only the transaction will go through. And that's the additional security I was talking about. Now, next question arises is, how do I enroll for this particular security option? Do I get it automatically, or do I have to do specifically to enroll for this security? So by default, when it all depends upon the issuer of those cards, the person who is issuing the Visa and Mastercard. So if your bank is giving you Visa or Mastercard, generally it is seen that they include this feature, so it is automatically added in your cards. Uh, but maybe if it is not added, then you will have to contact the issuer of the card and ask them how can you go ahead and add this feature. So just wanted to let you know, in 90% of the cases, not only 90, majority of the cases, it is automatic. Okay. So I just talked about what is verified by Visa and MasterCard secured code. Let me repeat those things again. It's an additional security that is been provided by the uh, uh, card holders, of the card people, uh, so that the transaction online are done in a secure way. Generally, it asks for a password or a OTP, or sometimes it may have biometric or facial recognition, something like that. And once that is done, your transaction will be assumed to be completed, and the payment will go through. So, what are the advantages of it? Number one is enhanced security. Definitely, this is an additional feature that this cards provide uh, for the transaction. So this is an enhanced security feature that is there. Then it reduces fraudulent activities, chargebacks, and identity theft. Since there is an additional security involved, it actually reduces fraudulent activities. Uh, Even if people get an access to your card details, they won't be able to use it in a use it in any place, because they have an additional security and they don't have access to that security. Even in chargebacks, also the same. Identity theft, also the same. Liability shift. This feature I like a lot. I learned something new. Liability shift. What it means is that if you have verified by Visa or Mastercard secure code, then if if you do a transaction using this, and then it is found out that particular transaction is fraudulent, then the liability actually falls upon the card issuer, not on the card holder or the merchant. It falls upon the card issuer. So they actually cover you for the same. Like so that's very interesting, and that's the reason more and more merchants are actually coming up with this. Sometimes it might also be the liability of the merchant, but that would actually depend upon local laws that are present. Once again, let me repeat this statement because this is very important. Uh, Liability shift. If your card has this options, then if something, then you do a transaction and some fraudulent thing happens. Generally, it is the card holder's problem, but if you are doing this using this secured transaction, secured way, then the liability falls upon the card issuer or the merchant, depending upon the local laws. So you don't have any kind of liability, and that's the point I love. Even merchants love that, and that's why more and more merchants are adopting it. The user experience is very simple. Like Once you do the transaction, after that it just pops up a message. In that, you will have to fill in the OTP. For in my case, it's the OTP that comes up into my as a SMS, and then I enter that, and that's it. Next is compliance. Now, using this security features also means that it is complying to the industry standards, which are very much necessary in today's world. So compliance is there. It helps to in the compliance also. Next is global adoption. Lot Like it is globally, this kind of security features are being globally adopted. So that is a very uh, good thing, advantage. Authentication method. There are different authentication methods. As I told you, number one, password. Second one is OTP. Sometimes it might be a biometric. It all depends upon what the issuer of the card is actually giving you. Or maybe you want some preferences, then maybe you can contact them, and if possible, they might just give you. So, what can be the challenges in the security? Because nothing can be 100% secure. Uh, I would love to say that, but in today's world, nothing is 100% secure. So, let's see what will be the challenges. Number one is enrollment and awareness. What it means is that I said in the beginning that by default, most of the banks or the people who actually issue the cards, they enroll yourself into this particular security. However, there are chances where you are not enrolled, and if you're a person who is just a user who is not aware of any security features, then there is a problem. So this is a challenge. So you need to be aware, or at least by this video, I'm sure now you will become aware. And the first thing that you are going to check out if you're doing an online transaction is actually check out whether such an option comes uh, for you or not. Second is technical capability. Technical compatibility. So what sometimes happen if it's a great website, if it's maybe the latest websites, big uh, big e-commerce merchant, then those merchants will have this facility. But if you are a small time player, then you may not include this option. So that can be one of the problems. So look out for this option if they have. Whenever you buy something, just check out if they have that option, because if that option is there, that means it is much more secure. Next one is fraudulent strategies. As you know, in the digital way, just as we are trying to make everything secure, the fraudsters or the hackers are learning new things. So they are trying to eliminate, or they are trying to work on how they can override this security and try to capture the details. Uh, so you have to be, and what is the solution for that? The solution is that the card owner, the Visa and MasterCard companies have to work together to find out a solution, and also keep a constant uh, vigil on on the activity. So if anything bad happens, they know immediately that okay, this is happening, and they actually maybe might come up with a solution very soon, rather than maybe working out very late. So fraudulent strategies. Next one is card holder inconvenience. Sometimes uh, there is card holder inconvenience also, like they somehow forget that OTP that comes up, or they have given it to someone else so, for safekeeping or something like that, and because of that, it may actually cause a problem. So these are the challenges. But in conclusion, I can say that these features are additional security which actually makes the transaction much, especially the online transaction, much more secure. So that was about the security features in Visa and MasterCard. I hope it gave you some, I hope that you got extra information about the security features. I'm proud to tell you that in our ONPASSIVE website, these two options have been added, which clearly means that the website is secure. All the users can confidently come on this website by uh, using their MasterCard Visa, and due to the secure option that is present, it is like user friendly, it is much more secure. Also, just one more thing, that Visa has, sometimes you might see the word Visa secure instead of verified by Visa. don't be afraid by that. It is just the name has changed. Earlier, it was verified by Visa. Now they are trying to make it much more simple. So they have taken the name as Visa Secure. So I hope you learned out something. If you are interested in more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, and I'm sure that you will learn something, and we'll learn something new every time. So thank you once again for listening to this video, listening and watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.